Hello, everybody, wherever you may be from coast to coast and sea to shining sea. Welcome back to your Solar HF weather update. This is going to cover Thursday, February 9th through Saturday, the 11th. First, let's grab the A1A, and it's a good day and a good time to be both in amateur radio and shortwave. This is a great looking A1A. You can see a massive sunspot region coming there right around 9 o'clock. That's technically right around the very beginning of the southern hemisphere of the sun off of the eastern limb. And then at about 10 o'clock, another big sunspot region is on the horizon. We're about to reach the same area of sunspots we had when we were reaching into the 230s. So we're right back into that great run of sunspots again, and we should have some amazing solar flux indexes through the weekend and into next week. Let's take a look at the magnetosphere. It just shows just what's about to come. 3217, new sunspot off of the eastern limb, 3128. The active one there is 3213. It's fired off quite a few flares over the last 48 hours, and you just see all the activity here on the magnetosphere view. The coronal hole map looks great, not having really any big impact here. 3 days of solar flare detection, this really spells it out. Look at how active 3213 has been. It has literally been firing off flare after flare after flare over the last few days. And the good news is 3213 is still kind of in that center portion of the northern part of the sun. So we still have some time to enjoy the benefits of 3213, so to speak. 8 sunspot regions currently facing Earth right now. Global D-layer absorption, this is where it gets a little nasty for folks that might be in the northern part of Australia, places maybe even into, Indonesia. Wherever the sun's going to be overhead, there's a lot of attenuation going all the way up now, close to 25 megahertz. In fact, the 40-meter band, where a lot of people in Australia will use to try and work close daytime distances on 40. Right now, 40 is attenuated close to 8 decibels today because of the D-layer of absorption. It's very, very high today for places like Hawaii and New Zealand, Australia on 40 meters. So there's a lot of attenuation on the lower bands right now. SFI 192, expect this number to come up again today. I think we'll hit 200 here in about an hour. So we'll be over 200. Smooth sunspot number 142. That's up 32 from the day before. Area number 1290 up 865. All of these numbers are great solar metrics, and we're definitely going to start that run of 200 tomorrow at the latest. I think it begins actually today, and then it will jump up again even Saturday and Sunday. We're in for some really good solar flux index numbers. KP index, it can't have everything, right? A little bit noisy. KP4 is what the highest it's been, and that's a little loud, but the numbers are going to be coming down for the weekend, which is great news. KP index just below KP3 according to Space Weather Live. And that does pump up the aurora for people that want to work some mid to late winter aurora conditions. According to the folks up in Canada, you can get the aurora into about the northern part of the southern provinces of Canada. And, in Alaska, pretty much all the way nearly to Anchorage, you should get aurora tonight. The 3-day geomagnetic forecast, so for noise floors, we should be going quieter tomorrow and then quieter again on Saturday. This is great conditions. And it says Fen 11th. So at least I'm not the only one who makes mistakes. That's a good thing. So noise floors are going to decrease going into the weekend. This is some really good news. QRZ, SFI 192, sunspot number 111, A index is high at 18. That's why we have the higher noise floors. K index is 3. BZ latitude minus 5.1. It does go positive and negative throughout the day. So there's going to be some instability to the ionosphere, which causes, of course, are fading on the bands. Solar wind at 470.8 kilometers per second. EME degree fair today, so that's pretty good. And the HF band conditions, it says poor on 20 meters night. Clearly it would be, because if you're in the northern hemisphere, you're not going to get it very long. But in the south, they're working 10 a little past sunset. So there is some 10-meter propagation going on and 10 meters after dark. Something to look forward to for summertime for us here in 2023 here in the north. The maximum usable frequencies worldwide, this is a really good example of how far north they were, but they went farther than this earlier today. This one's from 1600. Let's look at an earlier release of this MUF map. Look at this. All the way into the northern parts of Scandinavia, do we have 10 meters. It was that good today. So expect the 10-meter band to be working today far north in Anchorage and throughout the northern provinces of Canada. You're going to get 10 meters. It's going to work well to the south and really well towards the west as well. So some great 10-meter propagation expected to last through tomorrow around the world. So some good conditions for you to work in the northern countries of the world. South, it's a little bit better for Bouvet. If you want a Bouvet forecast, 15 meters is their bread and butter band because 15 is just south of them and 12 is fairly north, but right around midday, 12 meters is open. So if you're seeing some 10-meter spots, 10 meters is, gosh, it's like about 5 to 750 miles north of them. If they have some directional antennas, they can certainly work some 10, but right now I'm not sure they have those up yet. But currently, 15 meters will be the bread and butter band for people wanting to work the 3Y0J Bouvet expedition. South America, most of it on 10 meters. You see that area still in the central part of the country, kind of going to the northeast there. That's the 12-meter band spot. And the 10-meter band splits up, as it normally does, into two little quadrants here on Earth. So in the northern quadrant, much wider, much bigger quadrant than the south is. It kind of comes together to the west of South America in this picture, and then you see the two split right there. The problem is going south. It's not going far enough south that Bouvet is going to reach 10 meters. That's the problem. So expect their height to be maybe 12 meters the next couple of days, but things are going south, so possibly shortly they will be on the 10-meter band, and boy, if that happens, they'll be screaming throughout the world for sure. Towards the Far East, you can see that certainly Japan and Australia are going to be on 10. The folks in New Zealand, this is great news. Even south into Dunedin, I think the South Island of New Zealand gets 10 meters. The same thing for Tasmania. The band's going south now, so some great news for folks that are watching the 3Y0JD expedition to try and make some calls. Daytime, 15 is still a staple. 12 is right there at between 11 a.m. and right about 1 p.m. their time. And remember, they are UTC plus 1. They're at Bouvet. So UTC plus 1 for Bouvet Island. And right about, like I say, between 11 and 1 p.m., they can reach 12 meters. And maybe by the middle part of next week, they may hit 10 right about that time frame as well. Your amateur and shortwave forecast powered by ICOM. SFI is clear 200 again. It'll start today and continue through the weekend. The noise floors should decrease by Saturday. Didn't finish that sentence. I apologize. Expect some QSB in both hemispheres at times. Noise floors S0 to S2 at times into the weekend. Voice bands north, mid, and southern latitudes. It's just easy to do it this way. 20, 17, 15, 12, and 10 meters. And forget the south of wherever because it's so far north and getting so far south. It's most of the populated places on Earth right now. So great conditions. Data modes 30 to 10 north, mid, and south latitudes. 11-meter skip is open all over the world as well. This is a fantastic forecast. Nighttime, amateur radio. Expect some fading at times through Saturday. Noise floors to quiet down as well into the weekend. Nighttime amateur bands 160, 80, 60, 40, 30. Best DX, maximum usable frequency at sunset. Then work your lower bands. And don't worry about going too quick because 17 and 15 now are working a little bit past dark here in the northern hemisphere. As I said, 10 meters working past dark in the southern hemisphere where they have a lot more sunlight to charge up the ionosphere. Shortwave listeners, daytime shortwave. Expect some fading at times the next few days. SFI is sky high. This is a great time to be in shortwave DX. You'll make some excellent receptions. Noise floors also to quiet down by Saturday. Shortwave daytime bands 31 meters, 25, 22, 19, 15, and 13. Listen carefully on those upper bands. You'll hear some DX there. There's some good ionization here from the ionosphere that we're very well being treated to right now. Nighttime shortwave, expect some fading at times. And the good news, noise floors are quieting by the weekend. So some great weekend DX for you. Nighttime bands 120, 90, and those two bands you're going to be able to hear them because there's enough charge in the ionosphere to bring some of those signals in for you on 120 and 90. 75, 60, 49, 41, 31, 25, 22, and the 19-meter band open in the southern hemisphere. This is about 3 hours because this much ionization and well past an hour now in the northern hemisphere. So 19 meters on shortwave sounding good around the world right now. And I hope I will be back shortly with the Ham Radio Live Show. It's been a long day with my brother, and please forgive me. I'm trying to be patient and happy and nice and all that stuff. So enjoy your radio. Seriously, this is a great weekend. We've waited a while for it. 200s later today, and it's just going to go up from there this weekend, okay? Until we meet again, God bless you. Thanks for watching this amateur radio forecast, and good luck with 3Y0J as well. Bye, everybody.